Bean Soup Times is on a mission to create dope content that entertains, educates, and empowers the Black community. We keep our ear to the ground, we ask, we report to you. We help Black people to share their message. We promote real dialogue. We provide a platform to help give voice to the voiceless. We educate you on how to shop smart. Our passion is to inform you about Black events, businesses, organizations, and entertainers. We are Black owned. We are Black Chicago. We are the award-winning Bean Soup Times.
I'm always got to spot my heart for y'all. Y'all started off with that lesson, man. Appreciate it.
Okay, there we go. All right. All right, we're here. We're here, brothers and sisters. We had some technical difficulties. But we are here on the Toure Muhammad show, and we have an incredible guest. So we had a slight delay there, so we're not going to tarry any longer. We're going to bring him right on. Some of you, when you see that face, when you see that, what you call that, your silhouette, you already know who that is. This is the one and only math doctor, brother, Student Minister Shahid Muhammad. Yeah. Man, we're pleased to have you on the Toure Muhammad show. And man, I was just reflecting on all four children you have touched, all four of my children you have touched and taught at MUI. Man. The oldest is almost 30. And the youngest 20, should be 21 this year.
Lord, I'm getting up there.
Yes, sir. So, man, by way of introduction, tell the people a little bit about yourself, and then we're gonna get into what you have upcoming that is extremely exciting, important, and critical to the future of our community, I believe. So let's get into it, man. Tell us a little bit about who you are.
Yes, sir. Well, I want to first thank you, beloved, my brother Toure Muhammad, who I've known for years, and I thank you so much for allowing me to be on your show. My name is Shahid Muhammad, as he mentioned, also known as the Math Doctor. I'm not the Math Doctor because I think I'm supreme in math, but we have a lot of patients out there suffering from math ailments, sicknesses, and diseases. So I chose that title because I believe God blessed me with the ability to help our people, and all people, but in particular our people, to learn mathematics. I have been teaching at Muhammad University of Islam since 1989. When I came to Chicago from my hometown, Philadelphia, I came to be a teacher at the Nation of Islam's in our school system, Muhammad University of Islam. And once I started teaching there, I noticed I was receiving rave reviews from my students. They were just lit in terms of their motivation, inspiration to learn math, and they really loved my class. And I was one of the top teachers in terms of the students' opinion about their teachers. So then I said, well, man, how can I duplicate and replicate that and give that type of methodology of teaching to other teachers around the planet? So I wrote the book. God blessed me to write the book, How to Teach Math to Black Students. And the book was selling. People were responding, but a lot of people were saying that they wanted to learn math. So I said, well, man, you all must not be reading the title because it says how to teach math. But after that, I said, well, man, how can I give them something where they can learn math quick, easy, in a nutshell? So I said, well, I can't be in every city, in every home, in every school. So I came up with the videos. I started out with low budget videos that I made with teaching mathematics to our people. And man, I got so many positive responses. People said they could not pass their nursing exam in the math until they got my video. People raised their children off of my videos. So then technology changed and the DVDs came out. So I had to upgrade to DVDs. And then I wrote a couple more books in terms of workbooks and things, spiritual books on mathematics. And this is where we are now. I also teach at Malcolm X College here in Chicago. And I am one of the math professors at Malcolm X that have a 5-star rating, which is the top rating in the website, Rate My Professor. So I want to thank you for the opportunity to be here. My mission is to help our people, in particular, master mathematics, because mathematics is everything and it is universal. And we are at the bottom in everything because we don't master and know mathematics. So we are not building anything. We're not making anything, manufacturing anything, because mathematics is crucial in all those areas. So I hope that's a little small introduction of myself.
Absolutely. That's absolutely wonderful. And having the experience of seeing you teach, having the experience of my children being taught by you, having those books, having those DVDs, you know, it was way before COVID-19. You were helping the assistance when you were trying, when a parent is trying to teach their children what was going on in the classroom. at home. I don't understand what's going
Yes,
on
sir.
here. Watch the DVD and listen to the math doctor. So you've always been a
Praise be to Allah.
And what I have loved and appreciated about you is seeing how you make it relevant and how you make the concepts and ideas applicable by connecting it to current events or to relatable things that the children may be seeing in their own environment. What got you to do it in that way? What sparked that? And I'm sure that's why you get some of the feedback you get, because of the way you connect and communicate.
Man, that just has to be a gift from Allah, God, to be able to relate to mathematics, and that's where a lot of teachers fail. The students are totally uninterested in the mathematics curriculum because they see it as a bunch of numbers and letters that have no meaning to their lives. So I came up with a way to connect the student world to the math world. There has to be a marriage. If the students don't see themselves in the picture, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches us, and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, then they won't be motivated to want to learn anything. So we have to connect. That's what proper teaching is. You take the person where they are and you show them themselves in the picture. So it was the teachers of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that allowed me that type of educational methodology to make sure that it is relevant to the students and that they see themselves in the picture. Otherwise, you're not going to capture their mind, especially the youth of today.
Man, I love it. I love it. So let's do a dry run. Let's give people an example of what you're talking about. I'm a student, man. I'm in 5th grade, and all I want to do is play basketball. Dr. Shahid, Brother Shahid, I don't want to hear nothing about math. Math has nothing to do with me shooting hoops. Just give me the basketball, and I'm gonna get in the NBA. So later, what you talking about with this math?
You know, I am so sorry you feel that way, my brother, but without mathematics, there is no basketball in your career. First of all, you have to train. In order to train requires mathematics, because you have to do a certain number of push-ups. You have to run a certain amount of laps. You have to do a certain amount of calorie burning, get your endurance up. All that can be calculated mathematically. Secondly, if you go into mathematics, when you shoot the basketball, you have to shoot it at the right geometrical angle, and you have to shoot it at the right speed and with the right physical force in order to make your shot. The basketball court is a rectangle. It has a dimension, length and width. You have a certain amount of area to work in. When you start making your money, if you don't know mathematics, you will be broke within a couple of years, if not a couple of months. So mathematics is in every aspect of basketball. Even when you miss, let's say you got home late and you missed the first half of the game, you can watch the statistics, which are numbers, which are mathematics, and you can know what happened in a whole first half without even seeing the first half. So if you say that you don't need math to do basketball, that's like saying you want to get into the pool but don't want to get wet. Something's wrong with that.
Man, I love it. Listen, for y'all who are watching this right now, this wasn't the scripted. This wasn't the Late Show with Jay Leno where he knew that question was coming up. I asked that question off the cuff and he responded immediately. I knew he could.
Man, you helped me out by choosing basketball. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. So you have as you talked about the transition going from, the book to DVD. And now you're making a whole nother transition to keep up with modern times. Mm-hmm. And especially with COVID-19, this shelter in place and the pandemic, you're offering another way now for students to learn math.
Yes. Yeah. So we have to, as you said, we got to move with the modern times. So people now are all on their phones, and people now, as you said, with the COVID-19 are locked in. Most of these school systems are not ready to teach mathematics or any other subject remotely as they're trying to do. In these last couple of months, a lot of the public school systems were just having the children do little frivolous things, not giving them any real sound education. Some are going to try to open up in the fall, but with the numbers the way they are, I mean, it's skyrocketing. This COVID, they're probably going to be locked down again, and they're going to have to change their mind on sending the children face-to-face classroom. So I have started, and I actually did it before the pandemic got bad. It was early before Savior's Day in February. I came out with online courses. I have 2 that I started out with and did a dry run last spring. They're self-paced for primary K through 3rd. We go over the basics, the essentials. The child can learn on their own pace. Everything is already scripted, ready for them to go. And I also have a 4th through high school basic essentials course. Now in the fall, we will have those 2 in addition to pre-algebra, algebra 1, algebra 2 / trigonometry, and geometry. And those will be taught remote, where the students will get day-to-day, 5 days a week lessons, assessments, ongoing office hours where they can get help and assistance. And that's going to be a year-long courses that they can partake in. So we have for the little ones, the self-paced ones, online from the Math Doctor. And now we're going to be also be launching in the fall year-long math courses where you won't have to worry about your child in a classroom where the teacher's not making any sense, not culturally relevant, deficient in their ability to attract your child's mind. The Math Doctor has been blessed with the ability to take your child and show them mathematics is relevant, important, and in everything that they want to be, go into, and do. So if you are ready for that, I'll let Brother Toure bring me into that segment where we announce the information.
Man, you right into it. Yes, definitely. Tell them how they can access.
Yes. So we're going to have a Zoom conference information session and orientation session on August 15th. But what I need you to do, if you're interested, whether it's for your children or for yourself, adults can take the classes as well. I need you to go to www.themathdr.com. It's the Math Doctor, doctors abbreviated.com. And you will go to online registration for courses, fill out that registration form. It'll come to me and I'll send you back a correspondence and get you the information you need in terms of pricing and the upcoming Zoom meeting. Please, if you are tired of bad education, in particular, bad mathematics instruction, go to themathdr.com and get on this online course for the babies, K through 3rd and 4th through high school essentials, and our 4 high school courses that we're going to be offering year long, where your children will get assessment, tests, projects, just like they're in my classroom face-to-face. Themathdr.com is where to go to register. I'm looking for you, and I'm looking for all parents, homeschoolers, and independent schools as well.
Man, so you see Linda Perez says she needs it for her boys. Who was that? Star Williams said math is everything. Yeah. So man, and that she's on YouTube. We got YouTube watching, Facebook watching. And so now you can see it scrolling across the bottom, themathdr.com. We want you all to go there and connect and get the information you need to be a part of this online course. So, brother
Toure.
Yes, sir.
The pricing is beyond economical compared to what other places are charging. You'll see when I send you the pricing list is well below what others are charging, and they're not doing a great job with that high price. You got somebody that looks like your children, somebody that cares about your children, or cares about you if you're the one taking the course. Please go to themathdr.com and get on the Math Made Easy Math Doctor math courses.
All right. You see Mahogany Love Jones says she needs it for her children. So both Linda Perez and Mahogany have daycares and have children. So, man, hopefully they'll be able to plug in and get that for their children. So, Brother Shahid, talk a little bit about, it's definitely important for the online piece because of COVID-19, but talk a little bit about the importance of us controlling the education of our children in general and why COVID-19 may be the best thing for us in that regard. Because you might not have as many people would get on your course if it wasn't for this pandemic, right?
That's absolutely correct. It's a blessing in disguise. It kind of forced us to go into the mold, and we thank Allah God for the Zoom inventor and creator, because that, man, just opened up a way for me to get to people all over the planet with this math instruction. But we have to, as Brother Toure, as you mentioned, we have to control our education, man. I can't tell you how much white supremacy is infiltrated and in the educational system, and in particular mathematics and science. They have in some textbooks where they say that Pythagoras is the father of music and mathematics, which is a bold lie, because he went to Egypt, where we were and are, and he learned mathematics from Black people. But they don't teach that in the public school systems. And that allows the children, Black children in particular, Hispanic and Indian children, to have no knowledge of self and where we are in terms of mathematics. So we run away from it because we don't think it's something for us, because everybody that they put up as a great mathematician is white. So when you control your educational system, you are able to show images of you. You are able to give a true history of our people to your children, and our children can be motivated and inspired because they see people that look like them doing mathematics. So I can't thank Allah God enough for as many times as I walk around and I see children coming up to me, pointing at me, saying, "Hey, you're the math doctor." You're so used to them doing that for rappers, entertainers, sports figures, but to actually have children come up and say, "Hey, you're the math doctor. How did you get off the screen?" I mean, it's just mind-boggling. So, one child told me that. "How'd you get off the screen?" So we have to be able to control our education. And as you said, this is the golden opportunity, because now we're not confined to the little brick and mortar building. We are able now to go all over the planet with this Zoom and other software and technology and teach our people straight and without any infiltration from the enemy.
Man, absolutely. And so, man, because you are a student minister and because you are a long time consistent contributor to the Nation of Islam, I would be remiss if I don't ask you for your thoughts, your feelings, your feedback from this July 4th, the 90th anniversary celebrating the Nation of Islam here in North America, and that incredible, timely message by our leader, teacher, and guide, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. What are some things that stood out to you that resonated with you that you could talk about?
Man, just bearing witness that he is the man of God, because when he says that he calls for something and then it comes into fruition, the Bible says when that happens, then you know that that person is from God. But when someone speaks and asks for something, claiming there and coming in the name of God, and it never happens, then you know you don't have to waste your time on them. But the minister said that he called for the increase in the COVID cases in Florida because of what they're doing to our brothers and sisters in Cuba. I mean, that stood out. I mean, the fact that he has such wonderful feet because they fit in so many prophet shoes. He's able to fit into Daniel. I mean, some of the part of his lecture seemed like he was like Daniel. Other parts, he was Prophet Muhammad. Other parts, he was Jesus. I mean, he's walking in so many footsteps of the prophets in the Bible and Holy Quran that message that he gave us on Saturday just confirmed it over and over and over. I mean, he's letting us know that we are at that time where we either going to make a decision to be right with God, or we're going to suffer the consequences. And we see the consequences every day in the savagery of our people and the savagery of the planet, the violence, and this pandemic, which he said is only going to get worse if we don't wake up and repent. So if that wasn't the final call, I don't know what is. We better get on it and get on the train to truth, salvation, and liberation, or we're going to be left at the station with Satan.
That's right. And he did say this was his last time speaking. So it literally is the final call. Unless he decides to do something different. And we always will await that. But he said he's not going to be speaking anymore. He's spoken enough to us. And you mentioned Florida and the increasing of COVID-19 cases in Florida is happening. And what was so beautiful about that moment is then he also touched it because he talked about, of course, because of Cuba and the treatment of Cuba, and also because Cuba has a solution, has some things that we can try from a source that we trust, right? So now open up the embargo and let Cuba come in, let people that we know and we've had a chance, of course, the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan spent time in with Fidel Castro, and we have a litany of doctors who've come out of Cuba, taught they're from America, but taught in Cuba how to be a doctor. So powerful. Yeah, it was just an amazing moment right there. So I agree with you with so many incredible, impactful things. One thing I want to ask you though, and I want you to be truthful. When you answered it, did you call the plane?
No, I didn't call the plane. I wasn't even there.
Woo,
I wasn't even on the side of the farm. Yeah. It remind me of Fantasy Island. The plane.
Don't show that brother or sister picture right now.
Right. Lord, I would have hid under something.
Right. I'd been under the earth. I'd have been crawled up under 5 rocks.
Yeah, that was the wrong time to call it.
Absolutely. So again, let's recap. We want people to go to themathDoctor.com. I'm sorry, themathDR.com, so they can get information about the Zoom call and get into the classes, know what the curriculum is and the schedule and everything else. Man, we appreciate you coming on and giving us an update. We'll be putting something on our website. We'll be putting something in our email blast so folks can get this information. It's absolutely critical to learn math. Math is the basis of everything.
That's right. That's right. Thank you so much for the invitation to be on, my brother, and may God bless you to continue with success with your business, with your promotions, all that you do. I remember when you started out with a little small bowl of bean soup, and now you're all over the planet Earth. Right?
You get a bowl. You get a bowl. Well, the motto of Bean Soup Times is, as long as I have a bowl of bean soup, you've got half. Yes, that's from our lessons and our teachings, our esprit de corps, if you will, of how we look out for each other and make sure that everyone has something in their bowl. So, and that's how I started Bean Soup Times, with that very spirit to offer something to our community in a roundabout way, principle from the Nation of Islam. People who know the nation like, wait a minute, Bean Soup Times, how'd you get that name? Where that name come from? You in the nation?
Right.
Automatically, yeah. So anything we didn't cover, you want to make sure we cover before you go?
No, we've covered it. Just this is the time to get on the website and register if you want if you want real effective instruction in mathematics for your children or for yourself. Don't waste time. Go ahead, fill out the form. I'm looking forward to responding to you and then seeing everyone on our orientation information session on Zoom, so we can get started getting our children to master mathematics as they were born to do, because Black people were the creators of mathematics. So we should not be at the bottom in terms of math achievement. Thank you so much, my brother. May Allah bless you and your family, and all the listeners. Hope to see you on the website or in your email. Take care.
Absolutely. May Allah continue to bless you as well and your family, your strong, beautiful family. And we look forward to helping people get on this educational track that you're giving them with math.
Yes, sir. Thank you, my brother.
All right. Assalamu alaikum. Love you and talk to you soon.
Yes, sir. Love you too. You be safe.
All right. Yes, sir. All right. That's our brother Shahid, the Math Dr. Muhammad, man, giving some jewels of wisdom on how to inspire, how to motivate, and how to teach Black youth mathematics. We love him. We appreciate him. We've been watching him shake and move for a very long time. And we didn't get into it, but he also is a very consistent person that goes into the community with the Final Call newspaper, sharing the life, light, giving teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad that's taught by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to our community every single week. When we were out there in the community with the physical publication, he was there. So brothers and sisters, I encourage you all, if you didn't hear, and I encourage you, if you did, to hear it again, listen to the July 4th lecture by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, the address. You can go to beansouptimes.com. We have the video of the address on our page. Just put in Farrakhan, put in July 4th, and it will pop right up. And I want you all, I'm encouraging you all, I'm asking you all, I'm urging you all. We are going to really be taking this show to the next level. And it's so important that we provide you with informative information and bringing you dynamic people. So if you have people that you want to hear from, it doesn't matter how big, how small, we'll work and try to get anybody on in the areas of business, in the areas of business development, in the areas of Black restaurateurs. We want to talk to them. We want to present them to you. So your feedback is important and great. We want to hear from you. And we also, you know, if you are that person that has a great story, has a great business, we're probably looking at some nonprofit organizations as well. And so we get ready, man. Get ready for the brand new Toure Muhammad show. We're going to be doing it this week at noon. Next week, I think we're going to move it to 1 o'clock. So it'll be from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock every single week from Monday through Thursday. We're going to take Friday off. But Monday through Thursday, we're going to do this show. And this show is going to be really a comprehensive reflection, I think, of what I strive to be and what I strive to be better at. Personal development, business development, showcasing businesses, and also current events. So, for example, how many of you all actually check out Bean Soup Times on a regular basis? So check out here. You can see some of the archives of incredible interviews that we've done. Let me see. Oh, no, let me do it like that. You can also see entrepreneurs. Some of these folks we're going to be trying to get on the show, but we got a sister here who reveals how she conquered poverty and homelessness to become $1 million real estate investor. Dr. Roberta Hosky, right? We got our interviews with this brother we did who's revolutionizing the hair weave. And now I'm good because I think I look good with my bald head. Deanna Grant, that interview. Here's the address, right? You can go right here and get the address delivered by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Here is another sister who she gets her shoes made in Italy, but she's a designer, Black-owned shoe brand, right? So if you're looking to find Black businesses to support, if you're looking for Black people that have a service that you want to utilize, we're not only giving you a name and a phone number and a contact, but we want to be able to, let me see, I can stop doing that. We want to be able to bring you these people, right? So you can listen to them, you can hear from them. I can ask questions of them. So we make sure that they know what they're talking about. We can make sure that they can display some of their expertise and their knowledge, right? And then from there, you'll be able to make a decision on whether or not you want this person to be doing your taxes, handling your credit, all that kind of stuff. And matter of fact, we're going to be real definite about bringing on people who have knowledge in credit repair. You know, we were helping out people in that area for a minute with the tax franchise and financial services franchise. And so we know how to decipher and find people who know what they're talking about. Taxes, credit repair, business credit repair. Some of you all need to really understand and know how to build that business credit, because that is a piece that is absolutely important. So once a week, we're going to be bringing folks on to talk about some of those areas and some of that knowledge and expertise they have in there. And you might get a nugget that you can use on your own, but more than likely, what I would suggest is that you get an expert that knows what they're doing so that they can handle that part for you. So, man, we're going to tune out right now, brothers and sisters. We appreciate you all. I don't know what that technical difficulty was in the beginning, but appreciate you all for staying on and tuning in. And again, your feedback is incredible and important. And I'm going to leave you all with a quick piece I put on my Facebook page. about business. And really, this is beyond business. This is for anybody that wants to be successful in life, period. Whether you are trying to go up the career track or whether you are an entrepreneur trying to build your business, there are two things that every successful business does. These two things they do well if they are going to be strong and survive. So number one, if you are in business, you have to get people to know, like, and trust you. Now, it doesn't matter if it's a product or a service. It doesn't matter if you have something that you think is mechanical or it sells itself, the food sells itself, this machine sells itself, my service sells itself. No, not necessarily. It may get to that point after a while, but initially people buy from people. People buy from people. We don't buy inanimate objects, and we buy from people that we know, like, and trust. And we know, like, and trust people who are just like us. So that's why some of the greatest businesses you out there, you hear them telling their story. You hear tidbits and pieces about how they grew up, where they came from, some of the struggles and challenges that they went through, right? Because when you can identify with the owner of a business or the seller of a business, of a product or service, then you're going to get more sales. When you go into network marketing, right, you have people that do well, people who don't do well. But those who do well, watch how they tell their story. Watch how they talk about what they overcame and accomplished to become successful in that business or in another business, right? It's all about the story. Facts tell, stories sell. So if you want to be successful, you have to get people to know, like, and trust you. You have to become well known and well thought of. Number two, once you got people to know, like, and trust you, and this is 1 by 1, right? 10 by 10, 20 by 20. But once they know, like, and trust you, you've got to get them to buy your product. And then you want them to repeatedly purchase your product because you want long-term repeat customers. Right now, it doesn't matter if that product or service is inexpensive or expensive, right? Of course, if it's inexpensive and it's something that people need on a regular basis, lotion, soap, deodorant, things like that, of course, they're going to be coming back to you more and more. But even if you're selling cars, even if you're selling something that's expensive, you're selling boats, whatever it is, that boat has a lifetime, right? And that once it's 5 years, 10 years, right, then you should be calling that person back. You should be connecting with them again because when they go to buy another boat, you want them to come back to you. So whether they're buying your product or service every day because it's food, or whether they're buying it every 5 years, 10 years, you want long-term repeat customers. It costs way less to keep a current customer than it does to try to find a new customer in terms of how much money you have to spend. So that's my piece for the day. Two things every business should be doing. Now, if you think that there's a business that you know of that doesn't use this idea, that doesn't do those two things, I guarantee you they do. You just might be looking at them now when they've gone beyond just one-on-one know, like, and trusting. And they built a brand, and the brand stands for itself. But in the beginning, Auto Boys, Pep Boys, Amazon, whatever it was, you had people of influence that used the product, and then they were telling their friends and family about it. And they were the advocates for that business to get them to become known, liked, and trusted by all types of people. So anyway, man, that's the show for the day. I hope you all have a great day. Have an excellent day. I pray to God that it's successful, that you reach something towards your goals, and you keep striving, and we'll keep coming on and offering this information. So share it with others. Tell a friend and about our show, the Toure Muhammad Show. If they are in business, get them on. And we're going to be talking to you real soon. But of course, before we go, we have to highlight our sponsors. Much love and respect and admiration and appreciation for Dan's Soul Food and Cafe, located 2523 West 79th Street. They've been around for 28 years, going strong. Excellent soul food that you can get there. Nice, clean environment. And we appreciate them for not only what they do to serve great food, but how they create jobs. And the owner, him and his mom, they have some incredible plans for business development, community development as well. We're going to be bringing them on real soon to talk about that. Then, of course, we have Sean Michelle's Homemade Ice Cream. Man, the owners are like family. Been knowing them since we were childhood. We've been childhood friends, high school friends, and we love and appreciate Yahya Muhammad and Nataki Muhammad at Sean Michelle's Homemade Ice Cream. Went by there yesterday, got some delicious ice cream, and you can't beat it anywhere in the city of Chicago and beyond. Excellent ice cream. It is wholesome. They use fresh ingredients, whole ingredients, and they have vegan options for your vegan folks who don't do any dairy, of course. So check them out. They're on 47th and Wabash. We're going to air a quick commercial from them, and then we're going to be out of here. So we love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We'll talk to y'all real soon. Assalamu alaikum.
Sean Michelle's Homemade Ice Cream is the only place to go when the ladies crave delicious old-fashioned homemade ice cream. Their vanilla tastes just like Grandma used to make it. With over 35 flavors, all made with the freshest ingredients, Kathy has never had banana pudding ice cream this good. It's homemade ice cream the way you remember, and Sean Michelle's doesn't upset your stomach. Enjoy in-store or take it to go. Sean Michelle's. Fall in love again.
First time customers, buy one, get one free.